Today we will be talking about preaching from the Gospels. And if you're like most preachers, the Gospels will get more coverage than any other part of the Bible. And why not? After all, it's the story of Jesus. It's the greatest story ever told. In this video, we're going to share some of the things that will make preaching the gospel even more meaningful.
Let's start by covering some of the basics about the gospel. First of all, they were written by people who were close to the first three. Let's talk about them one by one just for a moment. Let's start with the book of Matthew. Matthew, of course, was written by Matthew, otherwise known as Levi, son of Alphaeus, Jesus' disciple. Mark was written by John Mark, who was a traveling companion of both Peter and Paul. Luke was written by Luke, who was a physician and also a traveling companion of Paul. He also John, the fourth gospel, is very different from the others because it was written after the others had been written. Clearly, the Apostle John had in his hand Matthew, Mark, and Luke because he decided not to include the stories they did, but to give us new material. Much new material is given in the Gospel of John. John had a reason for writing. He wrote to prove that Now let's talk about preaching the Gospels. The basic preaching unit in the Gospels, pericope may be a story, a sermon, a parable, a saying, a miracle, or an account. When you're preparing a sermon based on the Gospels, make
Thrills the hearts of your listeners, like hearing once again the stories of Jesus. I never get tired of preaching them. Take the time, though, as you preach, to make sure to get them in their context, to study them in the context of the book and of the times. And it will mean even more the next time you preach it. So go out there and preach the gospel. Preach it as much as you can.